always ask my question: what will happen if I didn't know about all this?
Well, that's true, and I think it's So my attitude on this is, if it doesn't bother you in the sense that it's not making you depressed, and you have to keep doing this even though it makes you more and more depressed. If you can process it and you're okay with it, and your friends are and family is okay with it, go for it. But I know people who do it, and I kind of avoid it because it just would make me too depressed.
Absolutely.
To get in, but to my friends, and I've got newshound friends who are always talking, and they're all talking about, Trump and what's the latest Trump thing. I'm like, okay, is this making you depressed to talk about this? They said no. I said, go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. I said, I don't want to talk about Trump anymore.
Absolutely.
I want him to go to a footnote in history and I forget about it. But I've got friends who, that's their favorite discussion. What is Trump doing now? So
some people, they are just, they want to keep busy with.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, everybody, right?
But everything you hear and everything you read on the news, it changes you. You may not know how it is changing you, but it does change you.
Well, and that was one of the things that I talked about, because I've done not a lot of work on it, but the whole kind of false information that can be fed over, something like YouTube or, it can be either fake news or just fake information.
Any platform.
Facebook, something that engages people. But I always look at it for a competition lens. So the thing I used today was, if there was in the old days of newspapers, I said, remember newspapers? Any of you remember newspapers? I said, if a newspaper printed a obviously fake story by some fake reporter, it would lose. People would go away from the newspaper and they go buy a different newspaper. But with Facebook or these guys, where are you going to go? I said they need more competition, at least, but there's not much that the law is going to do about that. So that was my point. It's like American law is not going to say, okay, we need a place for people to go. If Facebook, there was an article that I read. It was like after that big mass shooting in Las Vegas, and some guy he was a known nut job. The writer said 2 minutes of search would show this guy he claimed to be, a bodyguard for a king, working for another newspaper. She had this completely fake bio and a whole fake story. And they said a newspaper, it wouldn't even get to the editor. It was so fake. But on Facebook, it rapidly exploded because people were like, oh, really? Oh, this is interesting. Oh, this guy says he's, a big journalist and was a bodyguard for president. And
Well, I think because in newspaper, people, newspapers has its own audience.
Right.
People go to buy the newspaper. Facebook is everybody.
That's true.
And
it's free.
Yeah, it's a way for everybody to say their opinion.